Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, where we'll explore the exhibits that shed light on the stark realities of the Vietnam War and its enduring impact. As we enter the museum grounds, we're immediately struck by the array of heavy weapons and military machinery displayed in the courtyard. From US Air Force helicopters to armoured tanks, these artifacts provide a tangible glimpse into the intensity of the conflict. So we're at the War Remnants Museum. It's only 80,000 dong to get in, which is like, what, $5 for two people? $5 Aussie dollars, which is crazy. Super cheap. There was no line, so we're here. It's about just after 8. Probably better to come early. And so far so good. It's a huge building. But they've got everything in English as well, which is super helpful, just so you can learn about other people's experiences as well as like recounts of the war. As you enter the building, you'll find the front desk area where you can rent audio guides to listen to as you progress throughout the museum. The first room you will enter on the left is the Remembrance of Resistance Days room, where you'll find remnants of soldiers from the war, clothing and other items like diaries, surgical equipment, transportation carts and shelters from those times. Take your time to read the stories that are posted on the walls. Near the stairs, you'll encounter the exhibition titled "The World Supports Vietnam in the Resistance War," featuring a compelling collection of photographs and artifacts showcasing international solidarity with Vietnam during its struggle against the US-led war. Additionally, remnants donated by American soldiers expressing remorse for their involvement in the conflict offer a strong reflection on the global sentiment surrounding the war. Venturing to the first floor, I think this was probably one of the most impactful rooms that we entered, which I actually didn't know about before entering the museum, and that's about Agent Orange. Here, the profound impact of toxic chemicals on Vietnamese lands and people is starkly illustrated. Be aware that this is not for the faint-hearted, but shows a real depiction of how these chemicals affected and still affecting Vietnamese people to this day. During the war, over 80 million litres of toxic chemicals, including dioxin, were sprayed, resulting in widespread contamination and severe health implications for millions of Vietnamese people. This exhibition provides a sobering reminder of the human cost of warfare. Other herbicide and defoliants were used at different stages of the war, each having different colours and different intensities of chemicals. Agent Purple was one of the earliest defoliants used in the war. Agent Blue was used to kill enemy rice crops. Agent Pink, Agent Green and Agent White. It's estimated that 3 million Vietnamese have had health conditions relating to this herbicide exposure, some not lasting as long as others. It's not all sad news, however, as there is an exhibition that highlights those affected by the war going on to achieve amazing feats for their families and community. Finally, on the top floor, you can encounter exhibitions like the Vietnam War and Peace and Historical Truth, offering a comprehensive overview of the Second Indochina War. Here, images of devastated landscapes and remnants of conflict evoke a profound emotional response, driving home the harsh realities of war and the importance of striving for peace.
What do you think of the War Museum?
I don't have words. I'm more confused. As in, I don't see the point in war and seeing the experiences of not just Vietnamese people, but Americans and people who are all part of it, photographers. I don't know, it was horrible, just horrible. And I think the most impactful thing was Agent Orange. Like, who comes up with that idea of, let's spray dioxin over entire cities to just completely ruin not just the people at the time, but generations. Like, it passes on to their kids and their kids and their kids. So people are still affected to that to this day with the poisoning of those gases. So I think I loved coming here. I think anyone who's in Vietnam should come here, but it's very confronting. So yeah, just reading all the stories. I really liked the Requiem room where it's got all of the different pieces of photography from all of the people who were here throughout the war and just explaining the story behind it. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was a good experience, but yeah, very confronting. What was your thoughts on coming to here? Because you've been here before, your second time.
Yeah, so I've been here before. Last time was 11 years ago. I came here with my friends backpacking, but I think this experience is as impactful as it was last time, just seeing it all, reading it all, and my mind has matured a little bit. Not so much that my understanding for the war, but just to see people at its core. That makes sense, meaning like everyone wants to live. Yes. And there's a lot of people not given that chance, especially like the Agent Orange. You're already at 0 before being born because you're infected by this deformity. Yeah. But yeah, I reckon this is a great experience. Love it. It's good to see, and I think you really have to put things into perspective in your own life, especially when you think, oh, I've just had a bad day at work. Well, you know, there's so many bigger contrasts in life that you have to consider, and your problem's probably not that bad, you know. So I think one of my favorites was seeing these Agent Orange victims that achieve so much even with their limitations. So I think everyone can achieve a lot if they put their mind to it. Yeah. You know, considering these people have no legs, no arms, or disabilities learning.
Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the War Remnants Museum in Ho Chi Minh City. I think it's always really important to learn more about the culture and the history of countries that you are visiting. So of course, it's not going to leave the best taste in your mouth, but it's super important to understand where these countries have come from and how much they've developed since. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment down below if you visited the War Museum yourself. But until next time, keep exploring and stay curious. I'll see you on the next adventure.